Welcome back to Three Acorn Bourbon. Got another bite-sized bourbon review for you today. Now, I was pretty harsh on my last bite-sized bourbon review for Willett Distillery. We tried some of their pot still, and honestly, just wasn't for me. But we're gonna give Willett a chance at redemption with their 101 proof Rowan's Creek bourbon. I know a lot of people really like Willett, so I think it's only fair we give them another shot. See if we can give them the Three Acorn stamp of approval. Willett Distillery, located in Bardstown, Kentucky, is a family-owned and operated distillery with a rich history. The distillery was founded by Thompson Willett and has remained in the Willett family for generations, making it one of the few family-owned and operated distilleries in Kentucky. Now, Willett Distillery was closed in the latter half of the 20th century, but in the 21st century, the families reopened and revitalized the distillery, with a focus on high-quality, small-batch bourbons. Now, Willett is renowned for their distinctive pot stills, which contribute a unique flavor profile to some of their bourbons. Unique is one way of putting it. But over the years, Willett Distillery has gained a loyal following among bourbon enthusiasts, earning a reputation for putting out exceptional and highly sought-after whiskeys. Now, for the bourbon itself, Rowan's Creek is actually named after a creek that runs through the distillery's grounds. And that creek is probably named after some guy who did some stuff. I don't know, this isn't a history YouTube channel. Rowan's Creek is bottled at 100.1 proof. That's 50.05% ABV. I have no idea why. The bourbon is also non-chill filtered. Now, chill filtering is a process used to take out some fatty acids and different proteins that make the whiskey turn cloudy when it's cold or diluted with water. Now, some whiskey enthusiasts prefer non-chill filtered whiskey. They say it preserves some of the whiskey's natural flavors and natural mouthfeel, providing a more authentic drinking experience. Chill filtering became popular in the mid-20th century due to customer complaints of whiskeys becoming cloudy and less visually appealing when they got cold. Prior to that, no whiskeys were chill filtered and they just got cloudy when they were cold. Chill filtering usually occurs between 0 and 4 degrees Celsius. It's like 40 degrees Fahrenheit and below, but above freezing. And you keep the whiskey at this very low temperature, and that allows certain things inside of the whiskey to precipitate out and allows the whiskey to be a lot clearer. Brewers do the same thing with beer. It's called cold crashing. You just keep the beer really cold for a long period of time, and all these proteins just precipitate out of the beer, resulting in a much clearer beer. It's a big reason a lot of German lagers are so crystal clear. It's because they're cold crashed. Whereas like a hazy IPA is hazy, because all of the hops you add to the beer make the beer really cloudy, and then no one cold crashes a hazy IPA, so it just has a haze to it. It's mostly visual, though there are slight flavor and mouthfeel components to it. So there's a slight controversy in the whiskey world. Some people like non-chill filtered whiskey because it has a more authentic mouthfeel and flavor profile, versus chill filtered whiskey, which produces a more consistent product and a maybe more visually appealing product. Jimmy Russell, the master distiller from Wild Turkey, very famously hates chill filtering. But I'm not a master distiller, and you're not a master distiller, and we likely don't have the palate to tell the difference. I would genuinely be blown away if any of us could blind taste test and tell whether or not a whiskey's chill filtered or not with any level of consistency. But on certain whiskey bottles, when you see non-chill filtered, that's what they're talking about. Before we get into the tasting notes, this batch is a 2350. Alright, let's get into the tasting notes and give Willett a chance at redemption. Oh yeah, definitely non-chill filtered. I have no idea. Start with the nose. I mean, it's okay. Get some rye spice, some cinnamon, some black pepper. It's kind of grassy. Still get a little bit of that barnyard scent I got on that pot still. There's caramel and vanilla and a little bit of honey. It's really herbal. Like thyme and rosemary. It's a little grassy, it's a little floral. I mean, maybe a little bit of fruit, but that's certainly not the predominant note. A little bit of oak. Man, I mean, it's not great or anything. Is Willett just a mediocre distillery? How did I not know that? Maybe the palate will change our mind. I mean, it almost drinks like a rye whiskey. It's got a medium body, a lot of rye spice, black pepper, a little bit of cinnamon, some oak, caramel, vanilla, a little bit of brown sugar, but it's grassy and herbal. In a unique but fine way. I mean, it's not delicious and stand out. It's just a little different. Somebody just woke up. Somebody just woke up. I'm not sure where I was in the review. I'll just pick back up. Some like roasted sugar elements. I mean, it's really herbal, almost like juniper berry. It's like a whiskey mixed with a gin. I mean, MSRP's for $50. And I think there's just so many whiskeys around that price point that I'd rather have. So on the finish, a little lingering brown sugary sweetness. The grassy notes and the herbal notes stick around. I'm still getting that juniper flavor. A little kind of roasty brown sugar. The oak is more pronounced. I don't know, it kind of drops off pretty quick. There's not much to it. Wow, I don't like Willett. It's a weird realization. I mean, it's fine. It's just for my money and for my sobriety. There's a lot of other bourbons I'd prefer drinking. Especially for $50+. I mean, if you bought this for me and for $10 extra you could have gotten a Jack Daniel's single barrel proof, that's just bad money management right there. Oh, it's just bad money management. Like having a kid, like having another baby. I don't know. It's certainly better than pot still, but not something I would recommend. Well, that's all I wanted to cover today. We gave Willett a shot at redemption, and I'm not sure they hit it. Maybe Noah Mill is better. I'm sure if I had one of those 9-year purple tops, this would all be great. But the Rowan Creek and the pot still, man, they're not for me. Well, thanks everyone for coming through to Three Acorn Bourbon. I really, really appreciate all your support. And remember everyone, bourbon, well, good bourbon, it's meant to be shared. So open your bottles, make some memories, and I'll catch you in the next one.